Welcome back to my channel. Stay tuned to our channel for sports and entertainment news all the time. Please subscribe the channel. Highest paid AFL players for the 2025 season. With over 9 million yearly viewers and burgeoning global interest, the Australian Football League, AFL, has transformed into a multi-million-dollar industry in recent years, and nowhere is this more evident than in player pay packets. The highest-paid AFL players in 2025 now command seven-figure salaries, with the game's best athletes nabbing north of $1.4 million per season, but it's not just the top end of town that is enjoying the perks of popularity. According to the most recent data provided by the AFL and the Herald Sun, total player payments increased by $800,000 to $15.8 million in 2024, with the average payment for a listed player jumping from $441,464 to almost $460,000. In 2025, the long list of AFL rich listers is tightening up, with a record 25 players now earning in excess of $1 million, up from just 19 the previous year. In fact, reports from the AFL suggest that list bosses expect there to be, on average, around 3 players per club to be reaching seven-figure deals by the end of 2027, meaning there is plenty of cash up for grabs. Just ask Gold Coast wonderkid Mac Andrew. The long and lanky defender signed a monster deal worth more than $1 million per season. However, he remains an omission from this list as Mac Andrew's contract doesn't officially kick off until 2026. Similarly, Greater Western Sydney star Finn Callaghan's seven-figure contract will begin in 2026, but it's well short of what he could be earning. The emerging midfielder reportedly turned down a verbal offer from Street Kilda worth $17 million over 10 years, which would have represented the biggest contract in AFL history. With Dustin Martin's contract coming to an end due to retirement and Nat Fyfe's big salary trimming down for the 2025 season, there is a new crop of AFL rich listers. Below is an updated list of the top 15 highest-paid AFL players, detailing their contracts, annual salaries, and the factors contributing to their earnings. From established household names to future legends in the making, these are the top earners of 2025 who have proven themselves worthy of their six-figure salaries that match and even exceed the highest-paid players in the NRL for 2025. Richest AFL players 2025. Tom Lynch Richmond $1.45 million 7 years, ends 2026. Ben McKerry Essendon $1.3 million 6 years, ends 2029. Christian Petracca Melbourne $1.2 million 7 years, ends 2029. Aaron Norton Western Bulldogs $1.2 million 8 years, ends 2032. Shai Bolton Fremantle $1.1 million 5 years, ends 2029. 1. Tom Lynch, Richmond Tigers. Salary, $1.45 million per year. Position, forward. Contract length, 7 years, ends 2025. Last contract update, signed in 2018. Notable fact, key player in Richmond's premiership victories. Dual premiership star Tom Lynch has been the cornerstone of the yellow and black forward line since 2019, and his monster contract reflects that. A major part of Richmond's resurgence over the past decade, the former Gold Coast captain signed a lucrative deal with the Victorian-based club in 2018, which has more than paid off. His towering presence and goal-scoring prowess have been pivotal in multiple premiership victories, but in 2025, things look a little different. With Richmond firmly in the rebuilding phase, Lynch is playing a lone hand up forward, finding himself in a mentorship situation for the young and developing side. Lynch's contract expires at the end of 2025, leaving the door open for a new opportunity at a different club. Some have suggested that he may take up residence at an emerging team in hopes of snagging another premiership, but the general consensus is that the veteran forward will stay put. Whatever the case, it's unlikely that a new contract will be as lucrative as his current deal, which stands as the most expensive AFL contract in the league. 2. Ben McKay, Essendon Bombers. Salary, $1.3 million per year. Position, defender. Contract length, 6 years, ends 2029. Last contract update, signed in 2023. Notable fact, signed on a front-loaded deal after crossing from North Melbourne. Ben McKerry's blockbuster trade from North Melbourne to Essendon was one of the most talked-about moments of 2023, and for good reason. The mass cash injection transformed the towering key defender's career, with McKerry nabbing a front-loaded contract worth a cool $1.3 million annually. McKerry was initially recruited to bolster the small-sized defence, with his 6'6" frame casting an imposing shadow over virtually any opposition forward. However, the jury is still out on whether the deal has paid off. Essendon's backline is still failing the eye test in 2025, and McKerry's form fluctuates from time to time. That being said, the defender does have a natural ability to intercept and neutralise opposition attacks, which has earned him respect across the league. His contract, which extends until 2029, signals a long-term commitment from Essendon. 3. Christian Petracca, Melbourne Demons. Salary, $1.2 million per year. Position, midfielder. Contract length, 7 years, ends 2029. Last contract update, signed in 2022. Notable fact, Norm Smith medalist and key to Melbourne's midfield. While Max Gawn and Clayton Oliver might be the heavy machinery of Melbourne's midfield, Christian Petracca is undoubtedly their Rolls-Royce. Silky smooth by foot and with remarkable goal sense, the 2021 Norm Smith medalist is a dominant force on the field, perfectly complementing the team's dynamic centre structure. Petracca famously secured a 7-year deal in 2022 worth a staggering $1.2 million annually. However, his role at the Demons has been under a cloud of controversy in recent times. In a blockbuster King's birthday match last season, Petracca sustained a horror injury to his midsection that left him with a lacerated spleen, broken ribs, and a puncture in his lung. The star midfielder was initially allowed back on the field by the club's medical team shortly after the injury, a move that was widely criticised by the AFL community and reportedly left Petracca with concerns over his future. The 28-year-old expressed disappointed with the club, with reports suggesting he was plotting an escape from the Demons in light of the poor handling of his injury. However, he inevitably repledged allegiance to the Demons ahead of the 2025 season. 4. Aaron Naughton, Western Bulldogs. Salary, $1.2 million per year. Position, forward. Contract length, 8 years, ends 2032. Last contract update, signed in 2023. Notable fact, longest active contract in the league. Aaron Naughton signed an 8-year contract in 2023, earning him $1.2 million every year. Naughton is a consistent threat on the field, with an incredible ability to take soaring marks and convert them into goals. And with his lengthy contract running until 2032, there's no doubt the Bulldogs have absolute confidence in his abilities. 5. Shai Bolton, Fremantle Dockers. Salary, $1.1 million per year. Position, midfielder forward. Contract length, 5 years, ends 2029. Last contract update, signed in 2024. Notable fact, big money recruit from Richmond. A new entry to the list of highest paid AFL players, Shai Bolton joins courtesy of a new contract with Western Australian team Fremantle. The former Richmond star made the move to Fremantle in the off-season on a lucrative 5-year deal that is reportedly worth a whopping $1.1 million annually.